Tolbert went right up over him and was able to power up for the basket.
Mourning beats Tolbert down the floor. However, he has 3 of Charlotte's first 9. 8:05 left in our first quarter. Charlotte's game plan as well is to frustrate Scott Skiles, keep the ball out of his hands, and Muggsy Bogues is very good at that, and he's done it very well against the Magic in the first 4 seasons of the Magic's existence.
Shaquille's going to have to get back on transition.
Oh, what a dunk. Hey, look at him look back at Mourning. Oh, he came flying out of nowhere.
He sort of said, well, couldn't you stop that big fella? I don't know if there's a man alive that could have stopped that slam.
9-7. This place is buzzing, if you'll pardon the pun. Man.
Moved to the basket on a pass from Nick Anderson. Now watch, he doesn't put the ball on the floor, powers to the basket, slams it home. Now watch the look on his face when he turns to Mourning. You'll see it again on the same. Well, he made it 2 times in a row. Now watch him turn and look. He said, hey, fella, give it to you.
Greg Kite checks in for Shaq, who needs some medical attention with Dave Oliver. Skiles shakes free, needs help. Finds Anderson. He dunks on Mourning and draws a foul. That's how you take it to Mourning.
See, Anderson slammed it home, got a great, great pass. Now watch Skiles find him in the open court, coming through and slamming it in, but he shouldn't be hanging on that basket because that's a technical foul normally. Now Johnson and O'Neal are looking at each other. Paul Mihalik may be a little bit too small to separate those 2 guys. Now Mourning's over there. I think it's all settled. They're patting each other.
I think double technicals have been called.
Smart move by the officials. Get them both under control. They know the next technical foul, unsportsmanlike, they're out of the ball game.
Gaddison in for Mourning here at 1:22.
This could be very, very explosive the way these teams are going at each other. Personally, I think the officials are calling a pretty good ball game.
They're letting them play, that's for sure, and I think that's what the fans want to see.
Double team, get it out. You have an advantage.
Barkley takes the 3. He'll say it was a pass to Mahorn, who draws the foul.
Oh, look out. Look out.
Brakowski and Mahorn.
Yeah, Mahorn thought that Brakowski hit him. He's not the guy who hit him. The guy who hit him was Robertson.
Exactly.
You see, he didn't know because it came on him and out. Now, it's going to be interesting here because who they're going to throw out or give a technical to or what. But all of the contact happened. The contact happened with Robertson coming over Mahorn.
I didn't notice Robertson jumping in there and trying to take on Wick, however.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Robertson is a tough customer. Good story about him down at Arkansas is that he used to wrestle all the interior linemen at nighttime and hold his own and pin the majority of these guys. Now that's hearsay from a real reliable source, Scott Hastings. Now here's
That's
your
reliable.
Now watch coming right over the top. Now you see he gets hit right there by 2 guys. I didn't see
Brakowski got in.
So Robertson got him also. Robertson gets him first. Brakowski gets him over. So naturally when he turns, he's going to go for the first big guy.
All they did was call the foul on Brakowski. No other damage there.
Mahorn, 79% foul shooter.
As a former NBA player, you know what can happen inside with elbows flying, Matty.
Everybody working so hard in and around the basket, elbows flying, fingers poking, and unfortunately for the Spurs and Larry Brown, Sean Elliott breaks his nose. He'll probably have to wear a mask the rest of the way.
And should be back on Wednesday night for the next game in that one.
And that one at the buzzer from Jay Humphries. And now there's fans on the far side throwing Cokes and such onto the Philadelphia bench.
And Philadelphia
vice versa.
Retaliated and threw a drink back into the crowd, and the people are going bananas behind this bench right now.
Security guards are surrounding the Philadelphia bench.
Now, a container of ice in a large Coke thing here came down onto the Philly bench, and it hit and then went all over the floor. With that, there was a retaliation of some substance back into that second or third row of fans here. That's why everyone is quite upset.
Here come the gendarmes.
Right, here come the cops, and also we have all the security people over there now. And you know what's sad about all this? This is a great game. It's an exciting game. There's been a lot of spectacular things that have happened. It's just a crime that something like this should happen. You do not want to see any player hit a piece of ice or a slick spot, sprain an ankle, break an ankle, or get a hamstring pull and be out forever. Look at this guy right here. Wow. I would say he took the brunt of the retaliation.
Well, we have a tie game at 102. Let's check the foul situation. Humphreys has 5, so 3.
And that's the matchup to watch. Tolbert out of position at center at 6'7". That is a walk on Brickowski, and now it interrupts between Brick and Terry Teagle.
Well, if the officials saw it, there has to be at least one ejection because punches were thrown. That's automatic. And there may be 2.
Remember, Brickowski already has a technical foul in this game. And now it's just a matter of if one or both are going to get nailed here. And so Hugh Evans, the veteran that he is going to get away from all. That's an elbow. That's what Teagle took exception to. So a hard foul. And then you could say, I guess, that he started it unless you saw what Brick did at the right here, Hugh Evans. So he has seen this happen once or twice in his long career. And Teagle wondering what his fate is going to be.
Wouldn't have gone except he already had a technical.
Also a Spur timeout with 9:02 to go, and Brick is escorted out by Caldwell Jones and Zarko Paspai.
And local hurry, Uwe Blop, but Mullen, and they're giving him a good-natured shoving.
Yeah, that's while we watch the replay, and the fight erupted again. Brick had his own little escort service with Blob, Jones, and Paspai.
And they're going to say, Thomas, go by. And Purvis is bleeding profusely. And I think they're going to eject Purvis, and that is a shame. And Purvis wants to get him right now after what he did to him. And they're going to throw Purvis out of the ball game.
Somebody's going to get a hold of Purvis here is what's going to happen. And keep a hold of Purvis.
This game was destined to erupt. Left. There it is.
Oh, he hit him with the left hook.
Yeah, and he hit him with an elbow to begin with. Let's see it again. There was the shot on the rebound, and then he pushes him away and hits him again. And Purvis was bleeding from the first shot, not the second.
When they were tied 14-14. Smith inside. Oh, knocked away by Mitchell. He went up high on Steve Smith. It really looked worse than it actually was.
I mean, he went for the ball.
And now there's a little conversation between Mitchell and Smith.
Hollywood Robinson goes for the steal. Just a good hard foul by Sam Mitchell.
Flagrant foul called on Mitchell. Do you agree?
No. Just a good hard foul by Sam I am.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Well, tickets to Wolves home games are becoming scarce. Guarantee yourself a seat. Take the tie if he hits. 91-90 Minnesota. 27 seconds to play.
I mean, I think he's too young to understand the pressure.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Second down, 2-point lead. Atlanta takes time. Pressure game, big time turnaround season, a chance to take a lead, and that's a 20-year-old's reaction.
I mean, he's having fun.
Young, this is the layup on the penetration, and they're going to jump it with Lang and Bryant, and they go nose to nose.
Yeah, that's good. All right, you know, you're a coach. You don't mind that. You
should leave this game. It's not going to change the course of the game. I don't think they'd want to hear that. Yeah,
The Rockets talked tough, played tough, even acted tough to get back into stride, but they still found new ways to keep on stumbling.
Mitchell Wiggins and Louis Lloyd of the Houston Rockets have tested positive for the use of cocaine. Accordingly, under the anti-drug agreement between the NBA and its Players Association, Mitchell Wiggins and Louis Lloyd are permanently disqualified from playing in our league.
Once more, Houston was dealt a severe blow. In the season's final week, strong statements by Dick Motta fueled an already bitter rivalry. Words turned into actions, with neither side giving an inch. But when the dust settled, the visiting Rockets saw the home team prevail.
And it was fight night here in Boston. Here's the Bird-Irving skirmish from a different angle. Take a look at this.
Well, that was a little arm lock by Larry Bird and Julius Erving. That's where Bird picked up the offensive foul, as you see Billy Cunningham. And here you're going to see it. First of all, they stare each other down. Bird pushes away. One right by Bird. Here comes Barkley. Here comes Moses. Doc with a couple of rights, and then Moses raffles Bird to the floor.
And this is what the Celtic players were upset about, the fact that Moses Malone was only fined, not that these fines mean anything, because the feeling is the ball club pays, and $7,500 apiece to Irving and Bird has no meaning. But that Malone was fined only $3,000. They felt that he really had it in for the Celtics. That goes back to that Houston-Boston playoff series.
But after you see that, even though he had grabbed Bird around the neck, I know that he's a big man and it hurts, but it really wasn't anything malicious about it. He didn't do like a wrestler. He didn't try to twist his head.
Nothing malicious. Butch. All right, here's Bird. 66-64. The Knicks by 2.
He was just trying to protect his teammate.
In other words, he didn't bang the guy's head on the ground.
No, he didn't say no chokey, no chokey. That's what he didn't say.
You think there should have been suspensions? James Bailey giving the Knicks a 4-point lead.
Well, I think there should have, but again, you're dealing with superstars.
Doesn't get it. Rebound, Petrovic puts it up. He's hacked. He's hacked. David Robinson and Petrovic. Phone call from a guy that really chastised me about calling David Robinson. He didn't give his name, but I mean, he said, hey, you knock it off right now. Don't call him the Admiral. Hey, he can be the Admiral. He can be the Ensign. He can be the Secretary of the Navy. He can be the Captain, which he is. This is sports, folks.
Unfortunately for the Philadelphia 76ers, they're going to have to find success in the NBA playoffs without their injured big man, Moses Malone.
It is perhaps a career-threatening blow to Moses Malone. A fracture of the eyeball socket that will take 3 to 6 months to completely heal. Yet only a week after the injury, Malone resumed training. And this past week, he returned to the hardwood wearing protective goggles. But neither Moses nor his doctors know when he'll return.
I'm concerned about one thing. I'm concerned about my eye. It's my eye don't feel like I wanted to. I'm not going to play. I want to wait for 3 or 6 months.
Essentially, there is no risk other than, as I have been asked by Moses, the chance of the goggles being dislodged and something hitting the bare eye. And the chances of that happening are extremely slight.
Now, if Philadelphia, that is, bounces back and is successful against Washington, they'll need Malone the rest of the way, as those other teams in the Eastern Conference are a little bigger and more physical.
The fans are derisively chanting for something, and Miller pointing at DeRosa.
They give a T to Miller on the end of that. Well, Reggie taking advantage of his position, senatorial, and here's a little bit of discard. Allen got the hand in. He is tough to guard.
And Reggie earned a T-bill in his farewell game in the regular season. And I'm thinking to myself, now he can't get tossed in his own farewell game, right?
Ordinarily, no. Yeah, but he can get tossed here if he's not careful.
Quick outlet. Kidd pushes it up. Lefty layup. Oh, beautiful shot from Jason Kidd. And they get tangled up along the baseline afterwards. P.J. Brown yells at something at Kidd. Kidd back. And a technical foul's been handed out. Let's see if it's double or just against one of the players. Lonnie McCutcheon getting Kidd out of there quickly. Two of the more gentleman players in the NBA in Kidd and P.J. Brown.
Double tag. Yep. It's almost always going to be a double tag. It really doesn't matter. Unless you say absolutely nothing, you're going to get a double technical. Well, Jason Kidd is just pushing the ball. It happens after the basket. He scores. Now if you stay on it, P.J. goes to take the ball out of bounds. Here's the problem right there. P.J. Brown is trying to step over Jason Kidd and inbound the ball. Jason's not exactly helping him do that.
And then Brown came over. And the two have words. Martin trying to be a peacemaker.
At the end against Shaq. Now this is, you're looking for an easy score. There is a great rotation and block from a man coming from the other side of the lane. Now, even if he would have made that, you were still down 4 and the clock was against you. But both coaches have a lot to work on by game 2.
Going after Steve Jabby after the game. Shaq upset as you see Kurt Rambis trying to get him away, but Shaquille O'Neal taking a lot of punishment tonight in the game as the San Antonio Spurs in a very physical game over the Los Angeles Lakers. And the final score again, 87-81, San Antonio winning as the Spurs defense holding the Lakers to 38% from the field and now have
Gentry, I thought, was going to throw the ball at the referee.
22nd timeout, and somebody just got tossed out of the ball game. So I think Kobe just got tossed out of this game. 22nd timeout. If we ever get anything settled down here on the World Champion Lakers Basketball Network.
I know what he's saying. Get off his lips. Okay, Kobe's on his way to the locker room for an unscheduled early shower. He got kicked out of the ball game for whatever his remarks might have been to the referee. He's come close to being thrown out twice in this half.
Yeah. When he threw the ball to the official earlier in this half, I thought he was going to get the second one. But then on that last shot he took, he thought he got fouled. They didn't blow the whistle, and he had some unkind things to say. That's his first time being ejected on 2 technicals. He was kicked out of the game last year against the New York Knicks when he and Childs got into a
now here's the free throw by Piatkowski on the technical. That's good.
Iverson fires 2 ball. Got it again. He's way too good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for one of those June wars. Philadelphia, the scene of our next 3 games.
3-on-2 into the lane. Blocked away by Pierce and a foul. Ricky sends 3 to the floor.
Wait a minute.
And now Pierce has got a piece of Christie. And now Kemp restrains Christie from behind. Now Terry Stotts comes in. Randy Front sprints off the bench. He's down on the baseline. Sean Kemp wants a piece of anybody in his way right now. Still going at Doug Christie. And now Randy Funt comes in to drive off Doug Christie. Eldon Campbell steps in, and he's acting as a peacemaker, while Worthy restrains Sean Kemp right now with Terry Stotts. They both have him in tow.
Look at the eyes of Sean Kemp. He is hot. Well, for a game of low energy, we've all of a sudden escalated.
Wake-up call with 10 seconds remaining in the third. And the Sonics leading by 3, 75-72.
Knockdown. This is the 3rd straight layup attempt by the Lakers. Ricky doing a nice job blocking it. Catches some body. Evidently the foul is called.
Now watch Ricky with some words. Yeah, here comes Christie with some words.
You can see Ricky with that X-Man chokehold like he put on Wes Matthews a few years ago.
Yeah, Christie persists. Finally, Sean Kemp says that's enough. Reaches around, grabs him, and restrains him. And Terry Stott comes in, and now they're starting grappling, grabbing the jersey, and yeah, that could have been a bad situation for Terry Stotts down there. Stotts is a big guy, but he's caught in between Kemp, McMillan, and Worthy. And then Kemp stays at Doug Christie. Christie apparently hit the hot button, said something that just ignited Sean.
Terry Stotts really staying right after Sean Kemp the whole way, and Sean, you can see pushing, and that's an angry man.
That is one angry dude. And he's got a glare in his eyes, so our three officials sort things out right now. James Worthy over there with some sage advice.
However, his season was cut short by agonizing ailments as he shared a stark vision of the year's most compelling story. The career-threatening injury, an athlete's darkest moment. The pain is often excruciating. The body is sent into shock, and the mind is tormented by the uncertainty of the future. Severe injuries have always been an accepted consequence of pro basketball, but never before had it claimed so many big names.
If you look at the basketball players of today, most of them can run and jump as fast or faster than any football players. And you get that type of mass going against each other, you know, something has to give sometime.
Excitement certainly wasn't lacking with the NBA's Coach of the Year. The frenetic Fratello directed his young squad to the league's biggest turnaround.
New England, the best is that Danny's a Celtic. I mean, when you're a Celtic, you pretty much have it made.
Boston recognized Ainge as a firebrand, but his combative style prompted the visiting press to write some unflattering copy.
I get really mad. I've said, Danny, I'm calling that guy up and telling him that he can't be saying those kind of things. And Danny begs me not to.
I think sometimes things that are said on TV, it bothers Michelle because she knows me and she knows that I'm not ever going to go out and start a fight with anybody. But on the other hand, she knows that if somebody got me, I'm not gonna just back away either. I think it has more to do with my style of play. People misinterpret it as being dirty and cheap. I just think I play hard. You know, I feel that my teammates and my coaches appreciate me, and my opponents don't appreciate me, and that's okay. I mean, that's the way I want it. I don't want the players I'm playing against to play against me.
While Ralph Sampson played like a man possessed. By the second quarter, Sampson's wrath was fully unleashed.
And now Kite has grabbed Sampson from behind.
Ralph Sampson became a towering inferno and the central figure in a bench-clearing brawl. He was ejected for battling Jerry Seasting, a Boston reserve standing 15 inches shorter. Sampson's early exit looked like an ominous prelude for all the Rockets.
Challenge Darryl Dawkins, if you want a part of me, come on. Moments before, Dawkins accidentally punched teammate Doug Collins. Said Collins, I will never be a peacemaker again. As the brawl unfolded, Julius Erving calmly took a front row seat. Said the Doc, it was getting hot and I decided to stay cool. Kicked out and still furious, Dawkins stormed, I'll get even with Lucas before this is over. NBA Commissioner Larry O'Brien spoke next. Lucas and Dawkins, you're fined $2,500 apiece, and it'll be a lot more if anyone tries to get even.
Nothing was going to happen. And it will take an eye on Darryl Dawkins underneath the basket here as he goes up with Bob Gross with this rebound. Drives into the floor. Now keep an eye when he gets up. Unwisely, Bobby Gross sticks a finger at Dawkins and challenges him. There's the punch, 2 for 1. Now watch the left part of your screen. Dawkins now gets it from Maurice Lucas, and we really had a Donnybrook that took place in Philadelphia Thursday night. It must be pointed out, however, Brent, that did not determine the outcome of the game. Philadelphia was in complete control.
The dictionary refers to pride as delight or satisfaction in one's achievements. To attain the achievement of an the pivotal game. Dawkins.
He's got the ball. Magic out in front. Magic in the point department has 22. Scott's got it. Scott dribble drive. He beats Isaiah. He's underneath. Puts it up, and he is knocked down by Lane Beer. And Lane Beer looks at him as though to say, lay there, kid. Lay there.
It's tough. He doesn't worry about those kind of plays.
Nah.
He knows he's had it before, and he'll get it again.
Yep.
See moments in the zone.
Make this statement, you agree or disagree. Charles Barkley is a great, great player, but Michael Jordan is in a class by himself, clearly superior to anybody else in the league.
Have another drink, Bob. I would never say another player is better than me. Never.
It's important to understand the echoes heard. For often, the expression of emotion is a calculated practice of psychological warfare, which can be as competitive as play itself. And the code name by those who use it is trash talking.
Give me that ball. Take a shot. Take a shot. You can't shoot. Give me that. Give me that. Hit the first J all net. Make one. Yeah, boy.
As far as talking trash, I think every guy in the NBA talks trash. The coaches.
Make him eat it, Tim. Make him eat it.
The players. And the fans.
He's on, Magic!
Even the referees talk junk.
Why don't you play the game and stop crying, you big baby?
I'm talking too.
It's part of the game. You know, playing a little cat and mouse game with each other.
You pay a lot of money for that hair weave?
But then you got some people that take it personal or whatever.
Is having some words with Otis, and McKenzie's got Polynese, and they're still jawing at each other.
Who talks the most trash in the NBA? Lambeer's one of them, but Lambeer does it to provoke you.
You freaking go!
I use the word agitate. That's a good word for me.
They're going at it. There's a fight right there. That's a good one for the tape.
I think Charles Barkley does a lot of talking.
It ain't against the rules to make a layup.
Reggie Miller does a lot of talking.
Look at Reggie and Magic. Trying to psych him. You know, Magic, you know you can't make these two. You know you can't make him. Ignore him.
Chuck Person talks a lot of trash.
Chuck Person, no questions.
In the world of the secret NBA, talk can be as bruising as the action.
We started my rookie year.
Person and Bird a jarring. Person stuffed him and had something to say afterwards. And look at Bird. Person didn't dare look at him.
Yeah, it is a little special because I've known Chuck for a while and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
In any rivalry of rhetoric, the last word is always the loudest.
Trash to Larry Johnson. He's telling him, come on out here. You're not out far enough.
I like for guys to say stuff to me because it get me fired up.
You can't just sit there and just take it.
Zawodników NBA kolegą zespołu, któremu Bill złamał towarzysko rękę na treningu. Odchodzi z NBA jeden z największych rozbójników, prowokator, ale zaraz